Hey, I think I've mellowed out. I think that's pretty much the video. But to actually um to actually put it into a better perspective, today I was sick, as I already explained and talked how my point there. The thing will be over there. But I was sick. I already talked about that. But then I was doing this college thing, right? And I had like a poor man's opinion where I was like, I'm Dalu, right? And I'll get to what that means in a second. For the last couple of months, I've incurred a lot of losses in a sense, and that has sucked. And it's also kind of like brought me down to the ground where it's like I have to be more realistic. But also, right, while that has matured me a lot, I do feel like as a cost to that maturity, I've more so lost that optimistic outlook in it. Yeah, I've more so lost that optimistic outlook that I once had. Where I was like, okay, if an idea is crazy and seems impossible, right, given a time span or just impossible in general, right, instead of approaching the idea, say, okay, let me try it out, or it's not impossible, I can do it. I now so look at it as like, okay, this is probably too hard to do right now. I should probably leave this to an indeterminate date or undetermined date. And I think it's fair, right? But I don't want fair. I want to do stuff that like in my life, and for me personally, I've noticed that I grow the most when I do the hardest thing, right? Do the thing that's like I barely managed to accomplish. And that's what I want to do. I don't want to go for like the things that like my targets or like the thing that's the closest or the thing that's the easiest for me. So then now that's where the point master pay me comes in. I was doing this course thing. I was writing about myself and a perspective I had or a hopeful idea I had. Then I reminded me gosh, I can't speak. Then I reminded myself or the thing reminded me that I'm Dalu. And what does that mean? It's more so, and this is going to sound very narcissistic, but I live a very awesome life, like a very cool life, right? I get to do a bunch of fun stuff, whether it's teaching code or running a mod UN club or running the freaking ASA club. I don't know. I still think it's cool that I run the ASA, or setting up a Nintendo Switch in the performing arts center of my school, or just I don't know, or Cyber Patriot. I get to like build a server and or even work on an AI. I don't know how cool, like to put into like the simplest terms, where I am in life is where I've prayed to be, right? Even now in the fourth quarter as I'm planning beach week with my friends, I remember in December where it was like the most stressful time, especially for college applications. I was like, I prayed, I was like, oh dang, I can't wait to for March because I get to like actually do more fun stuff. And I'm here now. And then I think I've kind of underestimated myself in the sense that I've done some freaking amazing things, right? I don't think it's been through myself. I think it's been through God, my family, my friends, my teachers, my peers. I think that's amazing. I think I have to, why I should look at stuff more realistic, right? I also have to be a bit, being realistic is not going to get to, it's not going to get me where I want to go, right? Because the stuff I want and the stuff I want to do are not stuff that have been done before, are not stuff that are common or stuff that I can look into the past and say, okay, this is how you do it, right? There's stuff that are purely really imagination, right? So then I have to be a bit crazy when it comes to them. I think that's fair, right? And it's fair to be more realistic, but I do think I need to be a bit more crazy, especially when it comes to those goals. And I think really, if I'm being more fair to myself, I have to continue having that optimistic outlook, right? Because I have done some pretty amazing things. I think one of those, my favorite things I've done, give me a second, is this Philip sword. And that's why I named this. I never really said that officially in the project. But the Philip sword, do a quick time check. The Philip sword was one of those things where, as a kid, I remember I'll be staying up all night, like figuring out how to make a paper sword. And then I finally made my own wasn't so I do want to make another sword as an improvement, but I think it's cool. So yeah, um, I had a poor man's epitome, and I think that's really awesome. That I'm Chukudao Chimek maybe Chiku. And I've done some pretty amazing stuff, and some pretty crazy things. I'm gonna continue doing that, and sometimes it's gonna be even crazier. I think that's realistic for myself. Okay, Have a great day.